this is Paolo, and today I wanted to talk to you about this preset I've made on the Quad Cortex that simulates an OC3 or an OC5. If you don't know what an OC3 or an OC5 is, it's a boss pedal and it's an octaver, and it has this function where the octave can be applied only to the lowest note that your guitar is making, and that makes it really handy because you can do things like this. So if you are like playing a solo gig or like a duo gig with just a percussionist, that comes in really handy because it basically fakes a bass player with you. As always, if you enjoy this kind of videos, remember to like and subscribe down here, and let's have a look how the presets works. So what I do is basically just get the input of the guitar, split the signal. As you can see, it's just a normal A-B blitzer. I have the level to the B path tied to a scene, just because sometimes so I can turn it off basically. So if I go on scene B, the level to B, that is the octave line, is off. If I go back to A, if I go to B, and that's it. So the trick is to divide your signal. So I've taken a low pass filter and I've set the frequency to 130 Hertz. So anything 130 Hertz is gonna pass through the path B basically, and is gonna go through a polyoctaver or polyoctaver with 100% processing and just a low octave on, a compressor, and basically a bass amp. The bass amp is just because the Quad Cortex has the power to do it, so why not? And also I noticed that it kind of like smooths out and adds some of the frequencies and adds a bit of harmonics that otherwise we wouldn't have, since we are just basically using frequencies that are below 130 Hertz. On the A path, I also have the opposite. I have a high pass filter, and that basically takes everything that's above 130 Hertz. The reason why I did it is because otherwise you get a little bit of a doubling effect on the bass note that I didn't like much. But you don't have to do it, but to my ear it sounded a bit nicer. And then I'm going into a Lone Star amp, and then I just have delay, reverb, a bit of chorus if I want to, and a little bit of drive if I want to. So if I were to turn off this low pass filter, all the notes would be pitched down, but with the low pass filter, this one is not, and this one is. So I've chosen 130 Hertz as a cutoff frequency because I wanted both the E and A string to be pitched down. But that also means that the first few notes of the D strings are pitched down as well. That is kind of like a trade-off you have to deal with. If you don't want that, you might want to lower that cutoff frequency. It's your choice, whatever you like. It depends on how you're using it and what your ear likes. But that was my choice. One thing that I want you to be aware of is that some PA speakers, especially a smaller one, might have some kind of protection, and sometimes they tend to not play the lowest notes that you're playing. So it might happen that the pitch version of this note might not come out. Just make sure that the speaker you're using kind of translates whatever you're playing and whatever is being pitched down. And that was it. Hope you enjoyed the preset. If you want to download it, it's on my Cortex Cloud. And see you for the next one. Bye!